This issue with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Last year, the Ravens were very quiet about their frustration that Lamar Jackson, who is not represented by an agent, would not engage them in talks, Chris, on a long-term deal. Last week, we heard from Ravens GM Eric DeCosta, who said at the Combine words to the effect that they're waiting for him. We will work at Lamar's urgency toward getting a long-term deal in place. And I remember week 1 of last year, Shefty reported that Lamar is too immersed in football to negotiate his contract. Well, that's all the more reason to have an agent, as we've said before. If you're too busy to take care of the things you have to take care of around the house, you hire someone to take care of those things. That's why people are out there to provide those services, so you can focus on things that are a bigger priority to you, period. Beyond that, the decision to not engage the Ravens. Now, this is either a mistake or Jackson is cracking the code. And the code's already been cracked by Kirk Cousins. But Jackson may be deliberately holding off the Ravens because he wants to go 5 years on his rookie deal and make $23 million this year for his fifth-year option based upon his achievements so far in his career. It's now based on Pro Bowls and other awards and whatnot to determine how much you get in your fifth-year option. So he's getting more than any other quarterback, $23 million for his fifth-year option. Next year, franchise tag in the range of $30 to $35 million. Year after that, 20% raise over the first-year franchise tag. And then we get to 2025, free and clear. There's no way they're going to keep him. It'd be a 44% raise over his second franchise tag. That's the Kirk Cousins scenario where there's no way they can tag you again. You become a free agent. You go wherever you want for however much money you can make. Some think that's what he's trying to do. Well, okay, fine. But you got to get through 3 more seasons of football. And you're already starting to show some signs that that very bruising physical style of football that the Ravens have you play is catching up to you. That's the concern here. If it's a pure drop back passer, you can get 7 years in one place and then go somewhere else and not worry about it. 28 years old, entering your prime, perfectly healthy, here we go. For Lamar Jackson, the way they use him, it's kind of like a running back at times. I'm not saying he should play running back. I'm saying we all know the way they run their offense.
It's a different brand of style of football, right? No quarterback in football plays that way. Exactly. Yes.
And after 7 years, there may be no tread on the tires.
Exactly.
That's the risk of not taking the deal and not engaging the Ravens to see what kind of a deal they would put on the table for you now.
I know. I mean, yes, it's a risky brand of football which he plays. That's why we're rooting for Lamar Jackson. You know, we play that clip there from the shop, and you talk about being more mature, and hey, part of that would be, hey, let's be more mature and engage in contract talks. You know, I don't think this is next level play. I don't think so. I mean, again, Lamar Jackson, I know he's a very smart individual, but when it comes to stuff like this seems par for the course. I mean, like we talked a little bit about this last week, coming out in the draft, whatever. You know, it's hard to get in contact with Lamar Jackson in his camp. So that's where I look at it. And, yeah, maybe he can maximize dollars by playing the fifth-year option and the franchise tag and then go from there. But, you know, as you said, too, it's just tremendous risk factor there. And that doesn't necessarily mean you capitalize on the most money. It doesn't. That's the other thing, too. You know, he signed a new contract now. Maybe 3 years down the road, they need to reorganize things and they give you a new contract or give you a big signing bonus, whatever. You know, there's no guarantees.
Like they did with Flacco.
Exactly.
Like they did with Flacco. He got a new deal 3 years later.
That's what I mean. So you don't know how it plays out anyways. Or maybe you get a 3 or 4 year contract right now and you get to go back to the table like a Dak Prescott's going to win a few years ago, and you're a huge fan of that because it's an amazing contract, right? So that's where I don't get it. You know, and to me, you know, that seems to be the word. Everybody loves Lamar Jackson in Baltimore from everybody I talk to. They love him. He's the man. Of course he is. I mean, and he's electric. He's a leader. He's all that. But this stuff right here, whether it's getting the contract situation figured out, and not only for yourself, because me and Florio, we're rooting for you and Lamar Jackson, and we want you to protect yourself. But again, just like we talk with some of these free agent quarterbacks, get it figured out so your damn team can figure themselves out and build the team the right way around you. That's the other thing where you're handicapping the situation to a degree. You know, they can't appropriate build the right way. It's like back to the Nick Caserio conversation we had with the Houston Texans. It's like we got bucket over here for the quarterback and bucket for the rest of the team. Well, we can't figure out the rest of the team until the bucket with the quarterback's figured out yet. And that's where, you know, I'd like to see that improve, and hopefully they can get down the road there a little bit. But between that, you know, and I know he was sick a bunch of times this year, right? You know, there's I think the thought there that he needs to just take care of himself a little bit better, be healthy, healthier, eating, all of those type of things. You know, those are the kind of only complaints you hear about Lamar in Baltimore. It's just that stuff right there.
And even if he is strategically waiting 3 more years, what he makes over the next 3 years isn't going to be what he would make if he did the contract that he could get.
Right.
Going back to last year, 4th year of the slotted deal for the 32nd overall pick in the draft. He could have replaced that with a gigantic payday if he'd simply gone into DeCosta's office with the Josh Allen contract. As I've said many times before, once I saw the details of the Josh Allen deal,
yeah,
I said,
you
hey,
said
this is good
take
for the player.
it, right?
Take it and say, here, can we cross out Buffalo Bills and put in Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah.
Can we cross out Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen and put in Lamar Jackson? Can we do that, please? That's it. And oh, by the way, if we don't, I'm not playing. I'm not playing until we do this. What would they have done? What would they have done if he had said that? Here's the deal. It was good enough for Josh Allen. He hasn't won NFL MVP. I have. We were drafted the same damn year. He's made a hell of a lot more money than me because he was drafted higher. And one of the reasons he was drafted so much higher, there wasn't an agent to both push Lamar Jackson and protect Lamar Jackson in the 2018 draft run-up. And that's a real dynamic. You need somebody not just pushing you in a positive way, but fighting against all the negative crap that's out there. It's one of the reasons he was available at number 32.
Agreed.
He didn't have an advocate
right
in that arena.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I didn't want to cut you off. I just want to add it to that, and it scares teams. They're like, damn, I don't know what to expect with this guy. What are we going to be dealing with him, his mom? I don't understand what's going on here. Teams are just like, hey, the hell with that. That affected it. You're totally right. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to add that in there.
No, but we're just talking.
Yeah,
when you know there's an agent, it's one of the top quarterback agents, and I'm not going to start listing them because I'll leave one out, and then that person will blow up my phone saying, why didn't you mention me too? And yes, that's how they are. But and you know, he's at a point now. He's at a point now where if he wanted to, he could hire any agent that he wants. They'll line up to represent Lamar Jackson. So what I suggested yesterday, why not contact 5 of them and say, we're going to have some meetings.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a conference room at a hotel near where I live, and we're going to sit in there one after another, and we're going to talk, and you're going to make your pitch to me. And you know what? Along the way, maybe he can pick their brains. Even if he chooses not to hire any of them, he can maybe bounce off of them this strategy, if it is a strategy, to go 1 year at a time and become a free agent. Because the thing is, and every player's got the right to represent himself, but we've got the right to advise him that it's not a great idea, especially when you're a high-end quarterback who plays the position in a very physical style that is putting you at greater risk than you otherwise would be if you were a traditional drop-back passer. There's a greater physical risk. It's a given. I think that it would be odd, to say the least, that no other agent has advocated this kind of approach with a first-round draft pick at quarterback, and the approach being don't engage the team at all.
Never seen it.
If this works, then maybe Lamar Jackson should just be an agent because he's figured out the right way to do it. No, this isn't the right way to do it because you are taking too much of a risk. That's what the agent does. The good agent, because I know there's plenty of bad agents. The good agent looks at the player's overall risk profile and will give advice as if that player was the agent's son. Right. And say, look, we can't take this risk. I can't let you take this risk. And it very well may work out for Lamar Jackson, but that doesn't mean it was the right thing to do.
That's right.
The right thing to do is engage the Ravens and get their best deal. And at some point, Chris, the Ravens are going to protect themselves. Whether it's and it'll be interesting to see what they do with Tyler Huntley. He's an exclusive rights free agent because he was undrafted in 2020. Now, of course, exclusive rights free agent means not a free agent at all. He just doesn't have a contract for this year, but he's got no way to even begin to entertain offers from another team. But if they do anything more than just sign him to the exclusive rights free agency tender, if they sign him to a multi-year deal that pays him dramatically more than he's going to make, not anywhere close to market value, obviously,
right,
but dramatically more, that's a signal that they're going to have plan B ready because they don't know what they're going to get from plan A. They got to be ready to pivot to Tyler Huntley if Jackson isn't going to engage them.
Well, I would think they're going to give Tyler Huntley, some good money to secure their team. As we've talked about it before, they need that type of quarterback, right? I mean, he's got a good passer. We saw that. Got the ability to run. They don't have to change their offensive game plan a whole lot when he's in there. So that makes a lot of sense. Let alone, I think him and Lamar are close. But again, it's very weird. Never seen anything like this. Never seen this with a franchise quarterback. Really, if he was represented by one of the top quarterback agents, he'd have a new contract by now. He would have got it last year, like you said. Any legit top quarterback agent would have looked at Lamar and said, "Hey, dude, I mean, you're doing cartwheels and flipping over people and stiff arming people and throwing the ball with people hanging around. We got to get you a new contract." One guy falls on your ankle the wrong way. Yeah, not only a sprain, it could get worse. We don't know. We saw you missed the end of the year last year down the playoff run. So what I want to say to Lamar Jackson is just like, you're way behind on the money already. Way behind. What'd you say he made last year, Mike? What was the total compensation this past season?
It was the fourth year of the slotted
that was.
32nd pick in the draft. It's not much. It's
right.
Not much.
So even when you add that with the $23 million he's going to make this year, I want to go, you're $40 million behind at least. Total compensation for what you could have had if you had a new contract. Let alone, to your point, Mike, people will knock down doors to represent Lamar Jackson to the point to where he could probably get the agents to take less than the 3% that's mandated by the NFLPA. He could probably get some of these agents to go, take 1.5% and I'll let you do my contract. He's gotten to that level. It's that kind of money. He's that kind of star that he can pull those kind of strings. And I just hope he does it. I really do. It's very odd. It really is right now.
I'm looking now at what his salary was last year. It was under $5 million. It may have been under $2 million. But again, that's what you get when you are the 32nd pick in the draft. Your fourth-year salary is not going to be all that great. The good news for him, the CBA revision from 2020 put him in a position to make a lot more in his fifth-year option. But still, he'd be making a lot more if, plain and simple, give me the Josh Allen contract as of last year, or I'm not playing until I get it. And that's that. And I think they would have given it to him if it was presented in that way. Here's what I hope. I hope LeBron James pulled him aside after they shot the shop. Hopefully, I mean, LeBron James seems to be extremely savvy in business matters, and he has done a great job building an empire for himself. I think to the extent that Lamar Jackson idolizes LeBron James, and that came through in the show, hopefully someone like LeBron James can say to Lamar Jackson, you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah. You got to do this.
You are not taking care of yourself by rolling the dice with your career. Yeah. It's not smart. It's not prudent. It's not wise. You want to be a billionaire? That's one of the comments he said. He wants to be a billionaire and a champion. This is not billionaire business moves. Billionaire business move is, give me Josh Allen's contract or I'm not playing. That's the billionaire boss move. This refusal to engage the Ravens. He don't even know what they'll put on the table if you don't talk to him.
Right.
What if they would pay you more than Josh Allen? If you're not going to talk to them, they're never going to know.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.